In the 1970s, a man named Edward Packer would tell his daughters bedtime stories featuring a boy named Pete lost on a desolate island who gets into all sorts of misadventures. In time, Edward ran out of things for Pete to do, so he resorted to asking his daughters what they wanted him to do next. And thus, the Choose Your Own Adventure books were born. I remember seeing these on the bookshelf in 3rd grade. The waiting list for them was always very long, much too long for an 8-year-old to tolerate. But once I got my hands on them, I read them to death, playing along with the stories they told. I still remember the one about the dinosaurs, where you found tiny bones at a dig site. And if you decided to show them to the paleontologist, he would declare them fossils of a new dinosaur species. And if you decided to show them to your friend, he would laugh at you for finding chicken bones from someone's lunch. No offense, idiot, but I think I'm gonna trust the licensed expert over you. Gamebooks remained popular up until the advent of video games, whose convenience and immersion overruled the experience their paper-bound counterparts had to offer. Fast forward to today, and it seems a certain franchise is trying to bring that magic back. I already looked at VIP a while ago, and I found the experience cute and sometimes fun. It was a good idea to release it for free, as it seemed to be a good proof of concept for FNAF gamebooks to come. I don't remember much from the Choose Your Own Adventure books, but I recall they weren't as elaborate as conventional novels. They preferred to tell you what happens instead of telling a story the way novels would, and that was the same deal with VIP. So the week before, with its more intriguing setup of being the night guard before Mike Schmidt in FNAF 1, came with the promise of more potential. Already I can tell it's longer than VIP, so I'm hoping that extends to the writing and presentation style. So let's dive in and... you know what? This is supposed to be an immersive experience. Why should we stick with my boring old bookshelf again? Excuse me. I actually have no idea how this is going to work out. It might look like complete dog shit, but we'll see. You are Ralph. The fuck you talking about? No, I'm not. What is this? Ralph Carlson Press? Anyway, I'm Ralph, a 22-time Employee of the Month award winner, which makes me more of a square than SpongeBob himself, moving to the night shift at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. I'm given 2 difficulty options: Easy, which offers me a paperclip, a screwdriver, and a flashlight, and Normal, which leaves me with just my wits. Fortunately, hell hath no fury, like Nick Carlson and his wits. Normal it is! Also, apparently I have an 11-year-old daughter. Bitch, 11 years ago, I was a 220-pound high school sophomore with hair like a dead cat. How was I getting busy enough to sire offspring? I feel attacked. This book is garbage. In all seriousness, reviewing a book like this is tough because it's more about the experience and the sequence of events more than the actual writing quality or the story it's trying to tell. That's why I opted for the narrative approach with my VIP video, but I'll try to incorporate more general critique into this one. Anyway, start my night finding that the lights in the men's bathroom are out. Why the night guard has to replace light bulbs, I have no idea, but I have to do it anyway. After avoiding Chica in the dining area, I move to the restrooms where I fix 2 of the lights and... Already? Are you fucking kidding me? And what's Foxy doing in the East Hallway in the first place? Bro's got those free cam hacks. I try the run again, and game over twice more. This is revenge for reimagining Security Breach. Initially, the book really wants you to pick up objects and take actions that teach patience and foresight. Which, you know, all good qualities to have, but it becomes obvious what the book wants you to do, and that's achieve the best possible outcome as early as possible. It feels weird being so critical of these things when they're clearly meant for younger readers, but it's still indicative of the direction FNAF has gone the last few years. Meh. Let's just hope Secret of the Mimic is good. With that newfound knowledge in mind, I make it to night 2 and get killed by Foxy a 4th time. What is wrong with this fucking fox? What did I do to him? Someone needs to get Copper on the case and bring me his blood-spattered pelt. Anyway, back to it. Wait, Bonnie's head fell off. Well, at least there's more to do here than the base game. This night gave me some amusing moments, such as the sudden and out-of-place dropping of the A-bomb, and right after I just critiqued the book for being too kid-friendly. Maybe this book is PG in the way movies used to be PG.
Nice fucking model!
Oh. Maybe I spoke too soon. And also this brilliant one-liner. You can take your cluck and get lost. I might have game overed 4 times already, but that line truly made me die inside. I will say there's better attempts at character development throughout the story, and we get reprieves in between each night with our daughter, Coppelia. It's kind of reminiscent of the FNAF movie. This more ambitious structure is a big improvement over VIP. It honestly feels like the book's getting better the deeper I go. On night 3, I accidentally make chlorine gas in a small room and poison myself to death. Hell hath no fury, like Nick Carlson and his wits. Anyway, I mop up some blood, die a few more times, and then have the hilarious option of offering my daughter a prize. One of 3 items I picked up that night, or a thumbs up. You know I had to do the thumbs up. Coppelia, I'm a single dad who had you when I was 15. You have no right to complain. Nothing really happened on night 4. I didn't die once. Maybe I missed something. Oh well. I'm noticing the further you get into the nights, the less obvious the choices become. Seemingly innocuous and logical decisions can just as easily lead to your death. VIP went the same direction, but here it feels more gratifying to turn a page and realize you hadn't died just because the experience so far has been longer. Regardless, Night 5 was interesting because I died almost immediately, then realized that based on every item I had in my possession up to that point, I pretty much just dead-ended myself. Usually the book gives you the choice to start over the night, but in this case, I would have had to go all the way back to the start and trial and error a whole bunch of different paths until I attained the one item I needed to continue. Naturally, I didn't do that, so I peeked ahead to determine which path led me the furthest. And Night 5 ends. As does my story. Deliberately left with unfinished business. Huh. Guess I got the mediocre ending. But that was my first full run through FNAF the week before. I wound up speed reading through the rest of it to find all the other endings and narrative paths, and without spoiling too much, it's a lot more substantive than VIP. There's a secret Night 6, but you probably could have already guessed that. There's the introduction of new characters, there's new ways to play, there's some fun lore drops, but you probably could already guess those based on the setting. Granted, VIP was a free proof of concept, but still, the week before was more ambitious and creative, and actually a little creepier since it featured assets from FNAF 1 as opposed to Security Breach. Still though, the tone is casual and jokey and fast-paced, which didn't really do much for my immersion. I guess I'm still waiting for a gamebook that leans more towards novel than decision simulator. Now that I think about it, there's a reason the original Choose Your Own Adventure books have over 200 entries, and that's because each book is meant to be a fun, digestible diversion from the typical reading experience. There's simply less time to enjoy these gamebooks by dint of their design. With the adventure books, you could easily move on to the next one, but although these FNAF books are longer and beefier, you could still exhaust them in about a day or two and then be left waiting for the next one to drop in frickin' December. I'll add this as well. The one drawback to the physical version is that sometimes if you turn the page, you see the giant game over text in your peripheral vision and spoil something for yourself. Or in some cases, even see through the other side of the paper. With the ebook, you can simply click on a choice and it would automatically take you to the outcome, no spoilers. Praising an ebook over a physical copy is rare for me, so you'd better cherish this critique. Was the week before better than VIP? Absolutely. Is it worth getting the physical copy? Probably. Ultimately, it's still a clever expansion on FNAF 1, and while you'll probably finish it in a day or two, I bet you'll still have some fun. As for myself, I'm glad I read it, and I did have fun, but I'm still holding out hope that we get some proper FNAF novels in the near future. Let me know when that happens, because if I end up not reviewing Return to the Pit, it won't be out of boredom, but out of principle. Take care. See you all next time.